Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights. Basic human rights, the kind of rights that, when practiced, the basic human rights for every human being. You live a life as though you're in heaven. And what is heaven? Heaven is the best that you can imagine, and you're living it. You're living it. This is a message that I got overly emphasized by this morning. I called it my message from God to you in this last leg of this political jamboree that's going on in America. You see what just happened a few days ago. Cities devastated. It reminds you, perhaps, those of you who have paid some attention, of the flood. It reminds you that things can happen that whoever think they got power cannot overpower, and that it is a blessing for those who have stood the test and a curse for those who allowed it to happen. I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, right now in America, you have a crisis situation that is going to apparently require that God intervenes. God loves us all and made it possible for us all to do as I've just explained through the basic human rights of all. And there are those who have changed things around, switched it around, so they end up having power enough to run nations, even over those that say that they know God. Usually, it's the rich. That means having that wealth, having the ability to do things that others can't do, because you set it up that what you got is what they want, and you control whether they do or don't. And the only reason they come even close is they treat you like you have replaced God. That's what's happening in America. The rich destroying America. And by what power? When I'm talking about power, I'm talking about what race of people, what part of this human race is allowing and causing this to happen. All you got to do is look and see who's in power, or just look and see who got the money. Who got the money in America? White folks. Who's running the power? White folks. And what is happening? Hell. That's what's happening. But you know, all the money and all the devastation that happened with this hurricane, white folks can't stop that, couldn't prevent that as far as they know. And guess what? Guess what? When they see this situation, what's the first thing on their mind? Is how much money they can make from it. Because the people, the masses, they are the ones that's going to have to really foot the cost. Oh, sure, these with the money will be giving out jobs, looking good, benefiting. But no, ladies and gentlemen, when there is none left, there is none left. So I'm saying to you, the play was revealed at the last election. Evil, through the mouth of Donald Trump, tried to take over this country. Everything else was in place, but just somebody still had a little conscience. Can you believe it? Somebody had a little conscience and said, I can't go with evil today. And evil got pissed. Evil got pissed, but they got it said this time. They say, this time we're going to get him. We're going to get him. Trump doesn't even have to worry about what he says, where he go, who he puts down. He don't even have to campaign. Why? Because the fix is in. The masses don't want Trump. But Trump and evil is taking over. Taking over. So I say to those of you who call yourselves not on that team, why aren't you on that team? You're not on the team that said that hell ain't coming here. Because it's simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's simple. All of the resources of this earth belong to God. And those that you have wrapped around your arms are there for you to exercise control of. They don't belong to anybody. They belong to God. But they're extended to us all for the benefit for what they are used for. And we set up a system that says you can own it, you can own the land, you can own the oil, you can all this stuff, and then we need it. And you gonna charge us whatever you want. That's pure D hell, ladies and gentlemen. And you calling yourselves connected to the power that says you can live as though you're in heaven by only engaging yourself in the process of creating for the reservoir of goods and services an abundance of that which the people have determined is absolutely essential for their happiness on earth. And no one is denied anything. And you're sitting up in a day talking about Donald Trump. Every last one of you who riding around with Donald Trump, you ought to be ashamed. And your folks in their graves are ashamed that you are nothing but pure demons as far as your actions represent. Now, why am I saying this? Because it's true. When every man can have a job, everyone participating, creating enough for everything, and every man is free and happy, not bound to anyone except to show the love that they've been given to use. And now you're sitting around here scared. You're lying son of a guns. And everything that happens is because you let it happen. And you couldn't stop God, because in order to do that, you got to do the right thing. And you've chosen not to do the right thing. I'm talking to you who say you love God as well. I'm not just talking about the demons. I'm talking about you who are afraid of demons. If you're afraid of a demon, you might as well join them. Because the God that frees you is not afraid. I think I'll stop now.